Hello, beloved. How are you? My name is Syma, and I'm a certified yoga and meditation teacher, Reiki master, spiritual coach, and goddess guide. So I just like to say I'm a holistic healer. What I would love to share with you today is a 4-card goddess reading for messages for 2015. I've been feeling very guided to receive and channel and share messages for all of us to have the best possible year ahead. So I pray that you find these very helpful. I love working with these goddess cards. The deck here, one sec, is Doreen Virtues Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. And I just love this deck. I've learned so much about the goddesses, developed such a strong connection with each of them. And I just hope that you'll find their messages very empowering for you. I've already looked at the cards, and it's funny because often you think the goddess messages will be very feminine and soft, but the messages are pretty strong until the end of the year. So you'll see what I mean in just a moment. The first card that comes is beautiful, fiery, passionate Pele. Pele is a Hawaiian goddess of the volcanoes. She is Shakti, primal life force energy, raw, pure, uninhibited. And her message here is be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? And at the top it says divine passion. So the first quarter of the year, she's asking you to reconnect with your divine passion, not the things that you do because you think you have to do them, right? So if you are doing a job that you don't love, or parts of your life don't reflect and are not in line with that inner drumming, that music inside your soul, it's going to be time to reconnect with that. She's asking you, remember what you loved when you were a child. What did you love? What do you do? When was the last time you did something where you just lost track of time, where you feel so alive and engaged and one with the moment? She wants you to reignite your passion. And she's saying that that passion is going to propel you forward in miraculous and powerful ways to help you make shifts and changes in your life that will ensure that you are living from your passion. That's why we're here. We're here because our souls came from this passion to incarnate into earth, to have experiences that are going to enrich us and help us grow and evolve and reconnect with our divine essence, right? We're all just here to remember who we are, which is love, which is passion, which is joy and bliss. So she wants you January through March. Maybe you can create some resolutions right now to take a hobby, find some work-life balance, dedicate time to your passions. If you don't know what they are, do some work around reconnecting with your passions, right? Ask yourself some of those reflective questions. When was the last time I felt filled with joy? What do I love to do? What comes so naturally to me? I have a beautiful program. It's not advertised on my website. It's called Passion, Purpose, Prosperity. It's very intensive, something I offer to my private clients. And it's all about helping you reconnect with your passion. And if you want to turn that into your life purpose and your profession, or just to make sure that you're living your passion while you're being abundant and prosperous, I guide you through that whole process. But the guidance from Pele is do what you need to do to get in touch with your passion. Okay, so then moving into the second quarter, once you find and reconnect with your beautiful passion, we get Kali. Kali is similar in energy to the goddess Pele. She's very, very intense. I just wrote an article about Kali. It's on my website if you want to check it out. It's called Embracing Kali, the Goddess of Harsh Transformations. It was published with Elephant Journal. And it's just, oof. When Kali comes in the picture, brace yourselves. She is no nonsense. Okay, so for example, let's say you figure out in January through March what your passion is. Your passion is to sing, right? Or paint or dance. But you're not creating time for it. Kali will come in and do something harsh to make you commit to your soul purpose. I share in that article about how I had these grueling corporate jobs that were very toxic for me. But I kept going from one job to the other, thinking things will be better or different. But the message was for me to commit to my calling as a healer. And until I honor that, I kept having really harsh experiences. I was in resistance, you know? I mean, I knew there were lessons to be learned, but it came to a point where I could no longer work. I had so much anxiety in spite of doing all this spiritual work, Reiki and meditation and shielding and protecting. You know, my last boss was very abusive, and I had to learn to stand in my power, but then cut the cords and move forward in my life, commit to my calling. But that transition was very uncomfortable. You know, it came with a lot of financial uncertainty, and other things have happened. If you want to read about them in the article, there's a lot of practices I share on when you have a Gali transition in your life, how to cope with it, how to make sure that you are staying surrendered, learning the lessons you're meant to learn so that you can really move forward. But the great thing about the goddess Gali is that she helps you move forward, and she helps you take leaps, right? So her message here is about endings and beginnings. And she's saying the old must be released so that the new can enter. And if you're not going to release it yourself, she will release it for you. So if it's a relationship that isn't serving you, but you are afraid to be alone, she'll make you walk in while that person's cheating on you, or make something sort of really harsh happen until you wake up. If you are in a job that's just really draining for you, she'll make that company get bought out, you know, or something like that. So if you're not paying attention to your health, right, you might, God forbid, incur an injury just to pay attention to your body. If you've been getting the message to create more balance in your life and you're not, you might get the flu. And it's just listen to the messages, because once Gali comes, things are going to get intense. But it's all out of love. The universe loves you, and it only wants what's best for you. So what it is, the energy in April, June, and May will be about, you found your passion in the first part of the year. Now it's time to make changes. And what you can do is, if you're very aware, if you're meditating, if you're staying grounded and surrendered and listening to and following your guidance, honoring your passions, your dreams, your goals, your heart's and soul's desires, then you will be given guidance to create changes. And then you can work with Gali and release the things that no longer serve you in harmonious ways. So they're asking to be willing to make changes in the second quarter of the year, changes that will ultimately be for your greatest good and highest path and purpose. Okay? Now, when we get to the third quarter, we have another very strong goddess, Ishtar, talking about boundaries. She's saying, love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. I mean, if you just look at her pose, she looks like a badass, right? Now, the cool thing with Ishtar is she's very multidimensional. She's at once sensual, sexual, she's powerful and protective, she's very maternal and motherly. She's all these things. So is Kali Ma. Well, not the, you know, sensual stuff, but she's very, both these goddesses, actually, sorry, Pele, Kali, and Ishtar, all of them, very primal, intense, and powerful goddesses. Because in this deck, I have really gentle, sweet goddesses like White Tara and Kuan Yin. But the year seems like it's going to be powerful. And this is great because this is going to help us make changes that maybe we've been prolonging for a long, long time. Next year is going to be the year because they want us to live from passion and to honor our dreams and honor our desires and make changes. So boundaries is coming in. You might have to create some boundaries, right? So you might need to start leaving work early, telling your boss that, you know, the workload needs to be rearranged so it's more fair, more reasonable, more manageable to you. In your relationships at home, you might need to get your partner and your kids to help out around the house so that you can dedicate time to your hobbies and passions. You might need to learn to, well, you will need to learn to say yes and honor yourself and say a loving no. There are ways to say a very graceful and loving no that's coming from such a place of empowerment that you don't need to yell or scream or, you know, stoop to any low levels. You can just stand in your truth in your authenticity and speak with grace, and others respond to that. And if they don't respond to that, then you'll know that you were better off to create the shifts regardless, right? And just sort of bless and release them, accept them where they are, and pray for them to, be guided on their paths. So, yeah, the energy of the wave of the first 3 quarters is pretty intense and strong, but it's all to get you to become true to your passion. They want you to stop ignoring yourself, to be open to endings and beginnings as you commit to your passion. In order to do that, they're saying you will have to keep setting boundaries so that you can stay true to yourself and your passions. And if you do this, we finally get a very gentle goddess, Mother Mary. Mother Mary saying, expect a miracle. The Queen of Angels. She's saying, have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. So the end of the year is so beautiful. It's the reward. And very interestingly, I just finished my angel reading for next year. There'll be another video for that. Pretty similar theme, which doesn't surprise me. The theme there, it starts off with empowerment, and then other guided action in between, in the middle of the year, and then it ends with the answered prayer, as long as you're continuing to listen to your guidance. So the guidance for next year from the goddesses is very clear. You're going to have very powerful goddess energy supporting you, should you choose to invite it, all about connecting with your passion, your purpose, the greatest vision you can have for yourself and your life, knowing that you deserve abundance and support and success and love and joy and beauty, and then committing to that. Once you commit to that, get ready to make shifts and changes in your life, endings and beginnings. Stay true to yourself in the face of challenges, draw boundaries, say an honoring yes to yourself and a graceful and loving no to other situations, circumstances, people, relationships that may be imposing their agenda, their demands on your time and energy and resources. And as you listen to that divine guidance, you're going to be rewarded with a miracle. And Mother Mary's message in this deck is all about keeping the faith and letting your faith illuminate your pathway, even if the future is uncertain, even if you might still be wondering at the end of next year, when will my prayers be answered? She's assuring you faith can move mountains and create miracles. And what I'm feeling is you're going to be an inspiration for others. By the end of next year, if you stay true to this path of reconnecting with and honoring your passion and being willing to make some big life changes to honor that, being willing to assert some healthy and honoring boundaries, you will be rewarded with the answer of your prayer that will come to you in miraculous ways. You will experience and enjoy and welcome abundance and success and love and purpose and meaning. So, and miracles, right? We all love miracles. So I hope this was helpful for you. Please share comments. Let me know what you think. I'm just starting to do these reading type videos. And if you would like a reading for yourself at the end of the year or any time of the year, I can do a 3-card reading, past, present, future. I could do a 4-card reading each quarter of the year, something similar to this. Or we could do a full-on month-by-month reading for next year. Or we could do something based on any other particular situation in your life that you would like some guidance on. And I also I incorporate divine guidance and coaching so that you actually have clear steps and takeaways when you finish with the reading. And I'll send you a picture of your cards. So I hope you found this helpful, my love, and I just hope that you have the most blissful and beautiful and bountiful year ahead, filled with passion and purpose and prosperity. All my love. Namaste.